Alright guys, this is the Digital Review, and I'm back for another Monday morning thrift store shopping. Before that, I gotta hit USPS and ship off a couple packages, like I usually do every couple of days. Let's hope we get some good thrift store buys. I did stop at a couple thrift stores last week, but unfortunately it looked like they had all the same stuff. Usually over the weekend they re-up, so cross your fingers for me. Let's see if we can find something cool and rare. Alright, so I found about 4 movies in there. I picked up one Blu-ray as well. It's actually pretty special, so I'm going to show you guys what I got. Alright guys, so here's my first pickup, and I'm really excited about this one, Mean Streets. This is Robert De Niro and Harvey Keitel, I believe in their first picture with Martin Scorsese. Now, what makes it so special right here, I do own this on DVD, but I had to pick it up on Blu-ray, not only because it was only a couple bucks on Blu-ray, but it's actually signed by one of the directors right there. Now, I thought it might have been on every copy. You know, sometimes they have the fake signature. But I actually looked it up. This is signed by, I believe his name is Martin. So yeah, it's one of the 3 directors in this film. So that's going to up the value a lot for this one right here. Now, it is kind of jacked up a little bit. A couple of the edges and the corners. But you know what? Signed by one of the directors. So it's going to go for some good scratch. Alright, now Mean Streets in a nutshell is Harvey Keitel's character, who is, I believe, in the mob, and he's kind of working his way up. Just showing his kind of day-to-day. He's always at this one bar, just networking, doing his business. And Robert De Niro's character right here, I just remember him being a knucklehead, and he always borrows money from people. He's a very slick talker. He just doesn't care about anything. And his role actually in this movie seemed very fluid. It seemed like off-script, or just kind of ad-libbed and very natural. So if you guys want to see a young Robert De Niro kind of post, I believe this is post Taxi Driver, definitely check this one out. He's a character that kind of, I believe everyone kind of knows someone like this guy. He always borrows money. He takes life for granted. He kind of takes life as a joke. So definitely check out Mean Streets if you guys are into like gangster movies. I definitely give this one a 10 out of 10. Alright, now my next pickup is probably one of my favorite comedy shows on air, still currently, I believe in the 12th season, is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, A Very Sunny Christmas. Now this is a very dark humor type of show. So it just follows the antics of them celebrating the Christmas, kind of falling out of the Christmas spirit, but trying to get back into it by going to a couple of local malls and just creating havoc. And this one was actually sealed. So this one will go for some pretty good money online. If you guys don't know about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, make sure you guys check it out on Hulu or somewhere online, or try to pick up the DVDs if you can. This show is extremely funny, and like I said, it's still on air. Alright, now this is a weird one right here. Josh Kirby, Time Warrior, Planet of the Dino Knights, An Adventure Beyond the Stars. Now I don't know if that's a full title or what, but I believe there's actually a couple in the series starring this kid here. So this one, from what I've read on the back, because I don't know too much about it, it was released in 1995. I don't know too many of the I don't believe there's actually any recognizable actors in this film. It centers around this boy Josh, who I guess is out one day, and he gets abducted by some kind of alien race from the future that's set in the 25th century. And somehow they need his help, and he's trying to help him along, along his way. It looks like just like a family adventure, weird sci-fi type of film. I mean, they filmed a lot of movies like this in the 90s. I mean, look at that guy. I don't know what that is, Mech Warrior or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, this one seems pretty weird and just dated, and I like picking up stuff like that. And my last pickup from this thrift store right here is Elvis in Blue Hawaii. Now, Elvis put out a slew of movies in the 60s and 70s. And this one's not much different. It's kind of a musical. Elvis sings Blue Hawaii, Rockahula Baby, Hawaiian wedding songs, Falling in Love, and more. So this one right here is he's an ex-GI. He goes back to Hawaii with his mom, I believe. Yeah, he stays with his mom. She wants to get him a job, like a nice blue-collar type job. He doesn't want that. He wants to be amongst the people. He ends up working as a tour guide. And, of course, he's after all the women are after him, and it's just a typical Hawaiian Elvis movie. Alright, so I'm on this main street that has about 4 or 5 different thrift stores. We're going to check them out, see what we can find. Alright guys, so I hit about 3 thrift stores so far, and here are my pickups. So starting with the after school specials, I actually got it sealed for $5. Now, in the 1970s, 60s and 70s, I believe, is it? Yeah, 76 to 77. Right there. They used to show these after-school specials on television. This company compiled it onto a disc, and it looks like a school notebook, and it's very, very rare. It's actually going for $75 on eBay right now, so that's a huge pickup right there. I'm very excited about that one. Now this one right here, I never see it in a single disc, or it's always on DVD or Blu-ray in like a combo pack, but it's When a Stranger Calls. Now for some reason I always thought that this was Brittany Murphy. Just this girl looks like Brittany Murphy. So this is what pretty much started like the Scream type of films. It's a young babysitter, and you know, she's at home all by herself, and someone calls and, you know, I'm gonna kill you type of thing, or I'm watching you type of thing. It's a really suspenseful, like, chiller, one of the originals. So When a Stranger Calls right there. If you guys find that, pick that one up. Now this is such a cool find right here. It's a Full Moon release. Now I believe Full Moon is out of production now. I don't believe they release any more DVDs, but you probably remember Full Moon from all the Puppet Master releases. They made like freaking 8 of those films, but this is Backlash Oblivion 2. Now, I don't know much about this one right here, but it looks like a sci-fi type of film. A couple creatures right there, monster movie. But yeah, like I said, Full Moon. That's always rare stuff right there. Alright, now this one right here, Burn Hollywood Burn. Don't know too much about this movie. I just saw that it is kind of a rare find. Starring Ryan O'Neal, Coolio, Chuck D. Appearances by Sylvester Stallone, Whoopi Goldberg, Jackie Chan. So this one right here, it's about a director who kind of steals his own movie, and all the execs are kind of out to get this movie back, and they're trying to find him, and it looks like a quirky type of comedy. I don't know too much about it. I'm not sure the year right here, but this one's also another rare find. Angel of Vengeance right here. I believe this is out of print. Looks like a kung fu type of film. Don't know too much about it. I just know that it's going for some good money on eBay. That one right there. Look what they did. $4, $3, $2, $1. I got it for $1, so I'm going to have to obviously erase that off right there, but Angel of Vengeance. Alright, next is an absolute classic, The Craft. This one's starring Neve Campbell. I forget the other girls' names there, but pretty much in a nutshell, The Craft, if you guys don't know, The Craft is about Neve Campbell's character, and she enters I believe it's a Catholic school, and she's a rebel. She's just kind of looking for her own clique, or just she's an outsider, but she finds these band of girls, and she finds out that they have a kind of like a dark secret. They're all into witchcraft, and she gets really involved with it. And this right here is an excellent 90s film, so pick up The Craft if you guys haven't seen it. Alright, now next up is Sean Penn's Bad Boys, the original Bad Boys. Now this one right here is 1983, I believe. And the story of this is Sean Penn's character is kind of just, well, he's a bad boy, obviously. Just doing a lot of street stuff, living a life of crime, and in one of his last heists he ends up getting caught, and the movie then focuses on him in jail, where he starts creating enemies, and it just shows his life in jail. But this is a very, very young Sean Penn. I believe this is a rare out of print, or it's hard to find. I know it's an artisan release, but yeah, if you guys can pick up Sean Penn Bad Boys and watch that, this one's in really good condition too, so yeah. Also, this is one of my guilty pleasure movies, especially since I love the spoof or the parody type of comedies. This is Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Now, this one kind of focuses on making fun of all the kung fu genre, as far as, you know, all the sounds like wah and all that stuff. And they had it's just like it's just over exaggerated. It's this white guy who's spoofing pretty much all the 70s and 80s of the kung fu genre in America. And he kind of puts his own like little spin on it. And I mean, there's not much. It's just kind of him developing his powers. Just kind of finding like inner strength, and there's goofy shit like he's fighting with like cows, and he's using these beavers as like nunchucks. It's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous humor, but I definitely say pick this one up because it is out of print. Alright, now this is an awesome pickup right here. H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. Now it's a snap case, which I freaking hate, but it's actually in really, really good condition. Now this film right here, if you guys haven't seen it or read the book, he's a scientist, and he ends up getting transported from 1899 to the year I don't even know what year that is. What is that? 802,701. It's incredible. But yeah, he gets transported to the future, and you know, he's battling all these monsters, and it's just a wild sci-fi. I haven't seen it. It looks like it's colorized, so that's gonna be pretty cool to check out, and it's totally intact. The Time Machine. So stoked I got this one finally on DVD, and it's freaking sealed. amazing. Jaws 3. Now this is the one that's panned as like the worst of the worst. I believe it came out as Jaws 3D. That's how it was kind of marketed, but Jaws 3 is probably the worst Jaws that you guys can absolutely watch. I'm gonna have to watch it again, but I just remember this one got panned as like a big piece of crap. It's really cool to find this one on DVD, especially sealed, to add to my collection. So yeah, Jaws 3. And last but not least for this pickup right here, the Tom Green Show Endangered Feces, the very worst of Tom Green. So if you guys aren't 80s and 90s babies, man, Tom Green was the ultimate innovator. If you guys like Jackass, CKY, Tom Green was amongst those guys. And this right here looks like a lot of his rare footage. I mean, that right there, that scene I believe was like in the first episode of his MTV show when he was sucking on the cow's teat. So he's just an outrageous character. So Tom Green right here is he's a guy that's basically made his career off of shock value. So if you guys know like Tim and Eric's show, the Eric Andre show, very weird, obscure, adult swim type of humor. So I'm so glad that I picked this one up because I freaking absolutely loved Tom Green growing up. So yeah, let's see what else we can find in this other thrift store. Alright guys, so I only picked up a few DVDs in there today. Looked like there was a lot of stuff from last week, so here's my first pickup. Now this is Freeway with Kiefer Sutherland, Reese Witherspoon, and Brooke Shields. So this movie's about their hijinks on the road. They're just taking this long freeway and just getting into crazy adventures. Now there's a sequel to this, Freeway 2, that all the DVD hunters always are after because that one goes for like $100 and up. Now Freeway 2 stars Natasha Lyonne, and that one's extremely rare. So if you guys ever find Freeway 2, make sure you guys pick that one up. That's worth a lot of money. Alright, now my next pickup right here is another rare out of print. It's the Falcon and the Snowman. Now this one right here is sealed. I got this only for a couple bucks and it goes for some pretty decent money on eBay. Now this one right here is about Timothy Hutton's character, who's a CIA agent, and he works with his friend Sean Penn, who's a drug dealer and drug user. And they pretty much find out something going on with the government, and he's uncovering these secrets. So it's a cool spy thriller. I haven't seen it yet. I've only read a little bit about it. If you guys have seen it, let me know how it is in the comments below. But that's a good pickup right there. And last but not least right here, 13. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this movie, or a lot of you guys have seen pieces or even heard about this movie. This one I believe is out of print now. It won the winner of the Sundance Film Festival. Now, I always remember this one right here because of how shocking it was. Just kind of focusing on these girls who are the age of 13. They're just starting to explore life as a preteen and a teenager, and they're just doing wild and crazy things. This girl on the left, she's kind of the follower. This girl on the right, I forget her name, but she is she's really such a bad influence on this girl. And you know, they do things like they steal, they do drugs, they do all kinds of crazy things. And I remember this being pretty controversial. I think that's why everyone wanted to check it out, but I believe it's out of print now. Pick this up for a couple dollars. 13, definitely check this one out. This is a crazy movie. Alright guys, let me know if you've seen any of the films that I picked up today in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe button. If you're not currently subscribing, I'm going to have more DVD videos like this, reviews, reactions. I have all kinds of cool movie things on my channel. Alright guys, I'll see you later.